True Peace Kens. Leaked emails confirm UN gave names of descendants to CCP. Peter Slang. Leaked emails prove that contrary to United Nations denials, UN human rights officials did in fact give the names of Chinese descendants to the communist regime in Beijing before those activists were set to testify in Geneva against the Communist Chinese Party abuses. In fact, it appears from the leaked documents that the practice of handling over names of Chinese descendants to the dictatorship was viewed as a usual practice by all involved. The whistleblower told the Epoch Times that it continues this to this day, despite UN denials. Chinese Communist authorities used the names received from the UN to prevent the descendants from leaving China. At least one descendant identified by the UN and detained by the CCP before leaving for Geneva, Kyle Shanuli, died while in detention. If the descendants expected to embarrass Beijing at the UN was already abroad, the CCP frequently threatened or even kidnapped and tortured the person's family, according to the UN whistleblower Emma Riley, who first exposed the scandal. Critics of the regime, whose names were handed over by the UN, included activists concerned about Tibet, Hong Kong, and the Islamic Uyghur minority in West China, all of which are being targeted by the CCP for various reasons. In February of 2020, the Epoch Times reported on the scandal and on the retaliation faced by Riley for attempting to expose and halt the practice. Riley's case at the UN is ongoing. She remains employed there but is under investigation. Peter Slang. Prominent human rights organizations around the world have slammed the UN practice for endangering the lives of descendants and their families. In comments to the Epoch Times, Riley described it as criminal and even argued that it made the UN complicit in genocide. For years, the UN denied that its agents were providing the names of descendants to the CCP. Thanks to leaked emails about the practice, however, it is now clear that the UN misled its member governments and the press surrounding the scandal. One of the explosive emails in question was sent on September the 7th, 2012 from a diplomat at the CCP's mission to the UN in Geneva requesting information on Chinese descendants set to testify at the UN Human Rights Council. Peter Slang, following the usual practice, could you kindly help me stick to the check whether the person on the attached list are requesting the accreditation of the 21st session of the HRC, asked the CCP diplomat in an email to a UN liaison with non-governmental organizations. My delegation has some security concern, SIC, on this person. These persons. The UN official, whose name was redacted from the leaked email, responded by confirming that two of the descendants of the CCP's list were in fact accredited and planning to attend. As per your request, kindly be advised that Dolkan, Isa, and He Jing, were accredited by the Nonviolent Radical Party, Transnational, and Trans Party for the 21st session of the Human Rights Council. The UN official confirmed to the regiment with no apparent concern for the safety of either descendants or their families still in China. Isa is the president of the World Uyghur Congress, which advocates on behalf of the Uyghur population of Western China. Yejing region is being brutally targeted by the CCP. Numerous official sources around the world say the regiment is holding more than 1 million Uyghurs in re-education camps. Former detainees who spoke with the Epoch Times revealed that they were being raped, tortured, brainwashed, and savagely abused. Isa also serves as the vice president of the Unprecedented Nations and People Organization UNPO, which seeks to be a voice for nations and people groups without representation from a nation state of their own. The year after the email, at the request of the regiment's delegation, UN security attempted to remove Isa from the Human Rights Council chamber. However, Riley, and only Riley, intervened and prevented his ouster. The other descendant identified by the UN in its email to the CCP mission, Jing He, is the wife of imprisoned Chinese human rights lawyer Cao Xingsheng, a Christian who wrote a book about the severe torture he was subjected to by the CCP for his work and beliefs. One of these reasons for the brutal torture of Zhao was the fact that his wife was speaking out at the UN, as revealed to the CCP in advance by the UN officials in that email. Another email, this one from 2013, showed the same CCP diplomat again seeking to confirm the identities of Chinese descendants expected at the Human Rights Council to expose CCP abuses. The Chinese mission had very good cooperation with you and your section in previous sections, the CCP diplomat said into the UN official in the email obtained by the Epoch Times and other media. We appreciate it a lot. This time, I need you to do me a favor again, the CCP diplomat continued. Some anti-Chinese government secessionists are trying to participate the HRC session, SRC, under the disguise of other NGOs. They might pose a threat to the United Nations and the Chinese delegation. Could you please check and inform me whether the persons I list below have got accreditation, for the 2020 for the 22nd session SIC of the Human Rights Council? The CCP diplomat asks, if you have any information, please contact me through an email or at number redacted. Among the names of the list was Dalkin Issa again. According to Issa, CCP agents have showed up at his house overseas to try to get him to stop speaking out. CCP operatives also arrested his family in China, including his mother, who died in a Chinese concentration camp in 2018. His older brother was also arrested, and his younger brother has been missing since 2016. CCP media outlets reported that Issa's father died too. Through Issa does not know when or where. The Epoch Times attempted to reach the CCP diplomatic question at the Swiss cell phone number listed in the email, but was unsuccessful. UN human rights official responded to that CCP mission email with the names of 4 activists who were expected to attend the Human Rights Council. The Epoch Times is withholding the names of the activists that are not yet public for their protection and privacy. Riley was furious and horrified at the same time. Peep the Slang.